So, where to begin? This series is basically going to be a diary, digital diary, of the restoration of the signals that we have in our small collection. What we have currently are two former SC searchlights from Blanchett. They used to sit on the 1st District, taken down around 2014. They had been stored inside since 2 days after they had been taken down. So they are in excellent condition. Been able to do a lot of work with them, and I wish I'd started filming and documenting this better sooner, because the work I've been able to do with them has been great. We have a few of the components here that go towards more the signal hood and the outer appearances of the signal. Been able to get a lot of the surface rust off of them, and it's been absolutely great to just watch the transformation happen. I'm sure I'll put some photos in of it. We also have both of the original signal mechs to these, and they are working flawlessly, absolutely beautifully. We've got these gaskets here. Been able to grind the surface rust off of these pretty well. This one, however, has been more of a pain. Leading theory right now that I have is one of these signals during its service life had a bunch of components replaced, which would be this one. This gasket is almost in pristine condition, other than just a few bits of surface rust where moisture had gotten between it and the other components. I was able to get that off though, and it's looking great. This one, however, is a lot thinner, has a lot more corroded, has a lot more rust and corrosion, and it's also pitted along the edge, which means we'll probably have to manufacture a new one, which I don't like to do because I'd like to keep them as original as possible, but it's the price you pay in a restoration. So far, what I'm going to be doing is everything I can with the searchlights currently, and then also going to be seeing how much of this one I could put back together. Right now we have a SA1 dwarf searchlight. Running theory with it is it's more of a part signal. It used to be on a mast and hang somewhere. We don't know where. It's from Bloomingburg, Ohio. Don't know much of the history on it. Facebook Marketplace find. It's in relatively good condition. Problem is it didn't come with a mech. So if anyone out there has an SA1 searchlight mech, send it our way. Be greatly appreciated. Absolutely greatly appreciated. But we're going to put this one back together, do as much work on it as we can, and that'll be it. Alrighty. So over here we got the camera tripod that I've set up. We've got both of these signals from Blanchett. These are the signal heads. They've got the mounting brackets on the bottom here, so you can see this is where they would have bolted up to the pole. We've got the 8-foot mast, because instead of these being line side signals, these were bridge signals. They sat on a signal bridge, and they only had an 8-foot pole that was attached to that. They also have a ladder, which we have over here. You can barely see it if my camera will focus. Which it doesn't that one too. There it goes. So there's that. But yeah, going to be seeing exactly what all we can get done with this today. It is cold as crap in here too, so I don't think it's going to be too much. It'll be something though. You can really see what I was talking about earlier with both of these gaskets. This is the newer one right here. I've been able to get a lot more surface rust off of it. It almost is to the point where it kind of looks brand new, like new old stock. And then you have this one. You have the older one. This one is just it's corroded. You can see this around the edge. It's got pitting. It's got more surface rust, and it's just generally in a worse. It's generally in a worse state, to be honest. So we'll be seeing exactly what we can do with it. Hello, there we go. Exactly what we can do with it, but we may just end up having to manufacture a new one from scratch, which wouldn't be too much. Tell you what, people, it's looking a lot better. It's looking a hell of a lot better than it did. I'm excited for where this is going. Alright, so the second part of what we're doing here tonight is we're going to be seeing what components off this SA1 Dwarf we can get fixed, sanded, and ready to put back on, or ready for primer before we paint them. So, get to work with that. Working with a, probably should have gone over this other before, working with a DeWalt, just rotary sander. It's been working great on these parts, it's done wonders. And then just normal sanding pads for it. But it's easy enough, and it works and it does well. Alright, so after about 10 minutes of rotary sanding this, it is in a much better place. What we have been able to do, or what I've been able to do, is take most of the surface rust off of here. It looks a whole lot better. All of this paint, because what the previous owner did is there wasn't really sanding. He tried to restore it, but ended up just kind of like painting over all this surface rust, not really priming it correctly. So a lot of that paint, especially on the edge here, has begun to crack. So it's begun to crack, like wear off, everything else. And I think it's just basic Walmart spray paint, I'm gonna be honest. So we've got this side also looking a lot better. Next task is to try and work with this part. This one is going to need an equal amount of sanding. Not only that, I'm going to have to be extremely careful with it because this right here is cracked. This is going to be harder to manufacture new than this gasket over here that we talked about earlier would be. So I'm going to do what I can with this. Try not to crack it even more or further that, but I think we'll be in a better place. Alright, I'm going to try and show off just a little bit of what I've been able to accomplish. Figured y'all had seen enough sanding. It's probably just going to mainly be a sanding episode or part, to be honest. That's a lot of what all this stuff needs. Able to get this off the SA1 signal and get it sanded just a little bit. It's still got another one of those rope gaskets in it, but we're able to work with this and get that looking a lot better, as well as this, get some of that surface rust and extra paint off of it. Able to work with this as well. Come over here, this front part, able to work with it, get it looking pretty good, especially that other end. That other end looks absolutely a lot better. And of course you have this here, this looks a lot better, and that other end. So I think that's probably where I'm going to call it for tonight. I may have some other footage put in here, film some other stuff, I don't know, but we shall see. Alrighty, so we've got one of these parts off the glass lens. We hadn't gotten around to cleaning it, so I'm going to do that now. We're using Chemical Guy's Total Interior Cleaner and Protectant Dash Glass Navigation and more. So far, it is working wonders on the other glass pieces that we have. There we go. Looks a lot better.
Thank you all so much for watching Chapter 1. One quick update though before I close this out. The new polls came in today for the Blanchett signals and the N&W CPL, which I believe I did forget to mention in this chapter. We did also get some steel to fabricate a ladder out of for both, and we are also still in need of an SA1 mech. We would also greatly appreciate a lead on a Norfolk and Western finial cap for a 5.5 inch diameter pole. Those would be absolutely greatly appreciated. If y'all want to keep up with the restoration progress, you can continue to follow me here on YouTube, or you can follow my Instagram, professional_foamer, or my Facebook, both of which I'll have linked below. Anyway, I hope you all have an absolutely amazing and blessed Christmas, and I'll see you all in the new year.